Somewhere in the green heart of Oregon lies a town born from the sound of rushing water, a place that thrives not on noise or fame, but on something hidden, something wild. This is Silverton, a small town that exists for its waterfalls. Here, the air smells of pine and rain. Mist drifts lazily over the roofs each morning, and when the sun breaks through, it paints the valley in shades of gold and emerald. Silverton is not just a dot on the map. It's a living gateway into one of nature's greatest shows. Just an hour from Salem, this little Oregon town has a secret. It leads to Silver Falls State Park, a kingdom of water and stone where 10 waterfalls tumble through ancient basalt canyons. The locals call it the Trail of 10 Falls. But that trail is more than just a hike. It's a journey back in time. Silverton began as a mill town in the mid-1800s. Silver Creek, the same water that flows through the heart of this valley, powered sawmills, brought settlers, and gave the town its name. The first explorers followed the river upstream, and what they found changed everything. Imagine standing there, more than a century ago, hearing thunder echoing through the forest, walking toward it, and suddenly the trees open, and there it is, a curtain of water falling hundreds of feet, glowing in the sunlight. That was South Falls, the crown jewel of Oregon's hidden paradise. Today, Silverton is small, peaceful, a town of art galleries, coffee shops, and friendly faces. But behind every smiling face, there's an understanding. The waterfalls are what keep this place alive. Every weekend, travelers come through the winding forest roads, drawn by the same sound that brought the first pioneers. And as you drive out of town, deeper into the trees, a wooden sign appears through the mist. It reads, Silver Falls State Park, the crown jewel of Oregon state parks. You step out of the car, and the first thing you feel is silence, that deep, breathing silence of a living forest. The air is cool and wet. Ferns line the path. The ground is soft beneath your boots. A narrow trail disappears into the woods, and above, through the canopy, you can already hear it, the sound of falling water. This is the beginning of the Trail of 10 Falls. Each step deeper feels like walking into a storybook. The forest smells ancient. Cedar, pine, wet moss, shafts of light pierce the mist, turning droplets into stars. And then, through the trees, it appears. A canyon carved by centuries of rain and time. And over its edge, the mighty South Falls plunges 177 feet into a turquoise pool below. You don't just see South Falls, you feel it in your chest, in your bones. The spray chills your face, the thunder fills your ears. And yet, there's peace in that chaos, a rhythm that humbles you. It's easy to forget how ancient these rocks are. More than 15 million years ago, lava flowed through this valley, cooling into basalt. Over centuries, rain and rivers carved through it, forming the amphitheaters where these waterfalls now live. Every drop that falls is a story millions of years in the making. But South Falls hides a secret. You can walk behind it. A narrow trail curves under the cliff, taking you into the misty hollow behind the falling water. There, it feels like time stops. The world beyond is a blur of silver rain. Standing behind the waterfall, you realize this is what the earth looked like before cities, before noise. Just water, stone, and light. Locals say no matter how many times you visit, South Falls always feels new. The light changes, the wind shifts. Sometimes a rainbow arcs through the mist. Sometimes the entire canyon glows in gold. And yet, this is just the beginning. For every waterfall you see here, there are more waiting in silence, hidden deep in the forest. The Trail of 10 Falls stretches for nearly 8 miles, weaving through ravines and footbridges, revealing waterfall after waterfall. Lower South Falls, North Falls, Drake Falls, Winter Falls, each one different, each one shaped by time. Lower South Falls comes next, a graceful veil of water, softer than South Falls, surrounded by ferns and shadows. The trail dips beneath its curtain too, offering another chance to stand behind the flow. The echo of rushing water fills the cavern, blending with the whisper of trees above. Everywhere, life clings to the rock, moss, lichens, ferns, proof that even in the coldest, wettest places, life finds a way. From here, the trail climbs deeper into the canyon. The roar of water fades, replaced by birdsong and the crunch of boots on wet soil. Silver Falls isn't just a place, it's a rhythm, a pulse that connects every sound in the forest. You follow that rhythm, and soon the next waterfall calls you forward. The trail winds deeper now, where the forest thickens and the light fades into a soft emerald glow. Each breath feels ancient here, the air soaked in the scent of rain and cedar, every step echoing the rhythm of water pulsing through stone. As you move further from the crowds, the sound of another waterfall whispers ahead, not as thunderous as South Falls, but more secretive, like a voice calling only to those who truly listen. You step through a curtain of mist, and there it is, Middle North Falls, fanning out like a silver veil across a moss-draped canyon. The water crashes onto volcanic rock, sending plumes of vapor swirling like ghostly smoke. Behind it, a hollow path snakes into the shadow, letting you walk through the heart of the falls. You pass behind the roaring wall, and for a moment, the outside world disappears, replaced by the heartbeat of the earth itself. You feel the weight of time pressing in the spray. Every droplet outside, sunlight breaks through again, scattering prisms across the canyon. You continue onward, past small cascades and mossy bridges, where Drake Falls tumbles gracefully through narrow stone corridors, and Double Falls splits into twin ribbons of silver that reunite in the pool below, like two stories joining as one. Every turn of the trail feels alive. You notice the wet bark shining like bronze, the ancient ferns stretching their arms toward the light, the quiet rustle of unseen animals moving through the brush. It's as if Silverton's forest is breathing with you, keeping rhythm with your every step. Further up the trail, you find yourself before North Falls, one of the grandest of them all. A torrent plunging 136 feet through a basalt amphitheater, carved by ages of relentless rain. The sound here is enormous, echoing like a cathedral built not by man, but by the patience of time. You step beneath its cliff, entering a dark curtain of water shimmers like glass before your eyes. You can see the forest through the falling veil, green, alive, untouched. Standing there, it's impossible not to feel small. Not insignificant, but humbled. Reminded that every mountain, every drop, every canyon has its story, and that this land existed long before anyone gave it a name. Outside the cave, mist dances through sunlight, catching on spiderwebs and leaves, turning the air into glittering gold. The forest feels endless, yet peaceful, a place where sound and silence exist in perfect balance. You keep walking. The trail twists, rises and dips again, bringing you to Winter Falls, a narrow ribbon that vanishes in the summer heat and reappears only when winter returns. It's a reminder that beauty is not always constant. Sometimes it's fleeting. Hours pass like minutes here. The deeper you go, the more you lose track of time. The sound of footsteps fades behind you, replaced by the soft rush of wind through the treetops. You reach a high ridge, and from there you can see the valley unfold, miles of green stretching to the horizon. Somewhere below, Silver Creek snakes its way through the woods, feeding every waterfall you've seen. That single stream, born from rain and snowmelt in the Cascades, has shaped this entire world. You sit for a while, watching the light change. Clouds drift, shadows stretch, and the waterfalls far below catch the last rays of the sun. The sound is distant now, softer, like a lullaby. You realize that this is more than just a trail. It's a story of patience, of the earth sculpting beauty, through persistence and time. As twilight settles, you return to town. Silverton's lights flickered gently through the fog, and the hum of life feels slower here, quieter, as if the town itself moves to the rhythm of the forest. You pass by the small art shops that paint the waterfalls in color, the diners where travelers share their stories, and the locals who smile knowingly, as if they too have walked behind a veil of water and seen something timeless. Every brick, every corner of this town carries the scent of rain and the whisper of falling streams. Even at night, when the streets are still, you can hear it faintly, that low, distant rumble of water meeting stone. It's the heartbeat of Silverton. But beyond the known trails, beyond the park's marked paths, legends speak of hidden falls, secret cascades buried deep in the wilderness where no road reaches. Old hikers talk about them in murmurs, of places where the forest closes in so tightly that even sunlight must fight its way through. Some say there's a waterfall so hidden it has no name, a vertical river pouring from moss-covered cliffs into a mist-filled gorge, untouched by time. Maybe it's just myth,